how German homes are built. Now, this is a crazy topic for me because I don't know if you see what I'm surrounded by. Here in America, our houses are known to not be sturdy at all. I mean, they're just made out of wood and flimsy material. We don't do a lot to just get our houses up. We kind of just throw something up and just move in it. You know what I mean? I thought this would just be a good learning experience for me as an American, just explore the world and see how houses are built in Germany. Apparently they're built structurally so much better. Before we jump into it, go ahead and drop a like on this video so I can keep making more for you guys, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. Hey, we're building the house.
The floor slab has hardened and the bricks are already there.
All right, the first question I have for anyone in Germany: how long does it take to get a house? And is a house a super luxury thing in Germany? Here in America, if you get a house, you are that dude here in America.
Now it can start with the masonry. The first step, lay bitumen membrane.
Bitumen
it protects
membrane?
the walls from rising damp. A cement mortar has to be mixed, which later becomes as hard as concrete.
Right.
It serves as an underfill to compensate for differences in height of the base plate. Because
Wait, already? Look how thick that concrete slab is. Wait, you're getting your money's worth when you hire someone from Germany. Hold on. Here in America, if I hired you to build my house, I would have got about this much thick of concrete. They would have gave me the absolute bare minimum here in America. Yeah, they're trying to scam us here in America.
The stones must all be at exactly the same level. It starts at the corners. A laser checks whether the height is correct. If the first stone sits and is exactly in balance, the next ones are aligned with it.
Wait, you guys literally lay stones along the whole way to make a foundation? Tell me why here in America we just use paper thin walls as foundation. No wonder we can't survive any storms. You guys have actual foundation being built.
In the other corners it happens the same way. The masons have the floor plan for this. Here on the south side of the house there is already the first.
We got the living room, the kitchen, the guest room, utility room. Wow, that is a nice house. Even just the layout is completely different from how it would be here in America, just to give you perspective. You don't really get a living room in your house. Our house isn't really big enough for us to have a living room. No, our kitchen and the living room is combined usually. The kitchen is usually the living room here in America. Yeah. Wow, you guys got it made over there. Hold on.
The masons work their way from the corners and put stone by stone. But what kind of stone is that exactly, which is installed here?
Yeah, what?
We do not work with the external wall insulation system, which is widespread here. Instead, our houses use a so-called Puritan stone, so that's a stone made of clay, in which the thermal insulation—
Wait, hold on. You guys have brick with thermal insulation? There's no way the brick has thermal insulation in it. What? Wait, here in America, we just use empty brick. The brick would be hollowed out in the center. You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess that's why our homes be so cold at night here in America. Why do we not do this? Are we just light years behind?
So a solid stone, 36.5 centimeters thick, with hydrophobic mineral wool as insulation. That means best sound insulation and best building physical properties, and also the best thermal insulation.
Yeah, that's some thick brick right there. Yeah. Here in America, our brick would have been about this thick if you got some. And you would have got scammed for it. It would have been about times 10 the price.
The bricklayers have made the first course and are already on the—
Hold on, and just look at the quality of how he laid out the concrete. That's actual craftsmanship. Here in America, we build the homes to where it's like, they want it to pretty much fall down in about 10 years so you can buy another one and they can take your money again. Yeah, here in Germany, it seems like you guys actually care about the work you put in and you care about the craft. I mean, you just see how clean he scraped the concrete over for the future bricks.
Second row. So-called thin bed mortar now ensures the non-positive connection between the rows of stones. Ideal for energy-efficient building. High load
Yeah.
capacity with a very small joint thickness of approximately 1 millimeter. The second row is quickly laid. A barrier film against rising damp comes over it again.
What kind of film is that? What does that do? We don't have that film in America. Hey, why am I not getting that in my foundation? Now, I'm assuming that's just to help better protect the insulation.
The two lower rows of stones form the base of the house, which will later be clad. The walls are now protruding over the base. The masons are making
Wow, look
good
at these
progress thanks
designs.
to the large-scale bricks.
I think a crazy thing to note is like compared to the German homemakers versus people who build homes in America. When you build homes in America, the supplies to build the homes would not be behind you to where you're just grabbing it and being efficient. No, here in America, it would have been like a football field away on the back of a pickup truck or something, and you would have had to haul each one back and forth. Why we do that? I have no idea. We just make things harder here in America, apparently. I don't know why we don't do this.
Instead of laying row after row now, they first concentrate on the corners of the outer walls.
They're just zooming through.
Forming the corners has the advantage that you can easily
just literally flying through it. Yeah, here in America, the amount of work they just did would have took about 6 months.
lay out the plumb lines for the next rows of tiles. The first working day is done.
That was one day? There's no way that was one day. That was one day of work for you guys? Oh my, we got some catching up to do.
The next morning they continue with the outer walls. The
Yeah, they're laying it
row
down
after row. The windows and lintels are installed, and around noon the bricklayers arrived at the last row on the ground floor.
I mean, can we talk about the stability of it already? I mean, already it looks like it could withstand a tornado or some crazy storm. Yet you're not knocking that down. That's some thick foundation right there.
At the end of the second working day, the outer walls of the ground floor are ready.
Already? The ground floors are already?
Day 3. Today the interior walls are created. Here too, a bitumen membrane is placed under the walls to protect against rising damp. The stones are so-called.
Look at the layout of those bricks. It's like someone literally was so specific with how they laid it out. I love how everything Germans use to build houses literally has a use. Nothing is useless. We can't relate to that here.
Vertical perforated bricks in 2 different versions. For comparison, here both on top of each other. The brick with 17.5 centimeters wall thickness for the load-bearing walls and the narrower brick with 11.5 centimeters for the non-load-bearing walls. The floor plan shows where which stone has to be used. The load-bearing walls run right through the house, between the living room, guest room, kitchen, and the utility room, and once along to the load.
Okay, so it seems like we're using a little bit thinner material in the inside and the middle of the house, which makes sense. We don't need as thick of brick because it's not covering the outside.
Load-bearing living room wall, and the non-load-bearing walls run between the kitchen, living room, bathroom and the utility room. The walls are set up here just like the outer walls. Cement mortar under the first row, exact leveling of the first stones with laser. From the second.
A big thing I'm confused about, are all German houses made out of brick? Because if that's true, that's kind of crazy. Here in America, we use wood.
Row on thin bed mortar, laser, spirit level, plumb line and constant checking ensure exact, straight walls. Finished. The inner walls are standing. Now the base gets a diffusion open seal before the cladding is coming.
The diffusion open seal.
Day 4. The scaffolding comes. The base is clad and the masons set up pillars throughout the house to
I
support.
mean, you guys are workhorses in Germany, huh? I mean, how are we already on day 4?
The next morning, exactly at 8 a.m., the crane stands for the ceiling elements. The ceiling elements, so-called semi-finished part ceilings, are approximately 6 centimeters thick reinforced concrete slabs in which part of the necessary reinforcement has already been
Oh my, that is some thick concrete slabs right there. Hey, you're getting your money's worth. Are all the houses built with this quality in Germany and care? Because yeah, like I said, in America, if you want someone to build your house with this kind of care, you better pay some money.
inserted. They can be laid quickly and flexibly, depending on the size, but then still need to be concreted. For this, the masons insert additional reinforcement bars. Firstly, to optimally connect and consolidate.
Whoa, what kind of bars are those? Now, whoa. Now we're getting to a different level of architecture. Yeah, my American brain can barely process because we haven't seen this. What is this for? Why are they laying this out? I know this is to get the layout of the roof, but isn't our roof already strong? Yeah, this is
The ceiling.
This is shaping up to be something, huh?
Secondly, to join the individual ceiling elements together. This creates a stable, closed concrete ceiling after concreting.
Oh.
Only the access to the stairs remains free and has to be boarded accordingly. Once all
Look
the
how many layers we're laying
have
down.
been laid, everything is connected with wire so that nothing moves during concrete pouring.
They're going to pour more concrete. Hey, you get your money's worth in Germany. Are all you guys' houses built like this in Germany? Like I said, let me know, because my house is not like this.
The ceiling openings for the supply lines, water, heating, electricity which comes to the upper floor also remain free. They get polystyrene covers before concreting. The concrete for the ceiling can come. A total of approximately 12 cubic meters of concrete flow into the formwork for the approximately 10.
You guys have a big thing that just drops concrete from the sky? Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen that in America. I don't know why we make it harder for ourselves. Guys would have carried a concrete bucket and they would have poured it by hand. Yeah, there's some tips we need to learn from you guys.
10 by 10 meters ceiling slab. It is important to evenly distribute and prevent air pockets. Therefore, constantly push the concrete back and forth so that the air can escape. The height must of course also be correct and is constantly checked with the laser.
Wow. The amount of detail that goes into building a German house is nothing like I've seen before.
Now the concrete is compacted with a surface vibrator. The surface vibrator directs high-frequency vibrations into the concrete. This increases the flowability of the fresh concrete. Air pockets rise to the surface.
And look how clean it has the floor looking. It looks so silky smooth. That's satisfying.
And can escape. This gives the concrete its perfect, dense consistency. Finished. Now the concrete ceiling has to harden.
Wow, that is thick.
The construction is the same as on the ground floor. The outer walls are created again.
Look how thick your walls are going to be. Those are going to be some thick walls. Here in America, if you wanted to, you could punch your hand through the door or the wall if you wanted to, like a cartoon character and you see in the movies. Here, and you do that, try to do that to a German house. Yeah, you're going to need a new hand. Your hand's going to be broken. How are they working so fast? After just 4 days.
For this, the bricklayers have already put a formwork on the top.
So are they going to put another layer by the walls, or are your walls inside literally just brick? Like you can just look over and put your hand down brick.
The anchor ring, as the name suggests, runs like a ring around the entire top edge of masonry. This reinforced concrete construction gives the wall stability. The anchor ring plate is used.
Oh my gosh, that is so smart. They're putting concrete on the... Why do we not do this? Why?
to absorb and transfer horizontal tensile forces such as wind,
No, that
ground
is
vibrations,
genius.
and the roof load itself. If the concrete is filled, it must be compacted again with the surface vibrator. The masonry work is now complete.
If you made it this far in the video, leave a like to let me know to keep making more videos for you guys. Now, what's mind-blowing about this? Here in America, our houses get blown down or just start shaking from nothing. I see why German houses are known to be so structurally sound. Do you guys even feel any wind or feel any storm when it storms? Does your house shake at all? Because I'll tell you mine, it starts shaking. I can feel the storm. Yeah, here in America, we just use wood framing and drywall. So basically, my wall that's right here, this is drywall. All around it is drywall. And if you don't know what drywall is probably about this thick. And it's basically like almost like a hard cardboard. So if you wanted to, I could punch my hand through that wall and my hand wouldn't hurt it at all. It probably wouldn't even turn red, to be real with you. It'd just go clean through it like the movie scenes. Yeah, that kind of blows my mind. Why are we using drywall and wood? And like I said, if you guys let me know in the comments, are all the houses in Germany made out of brick? Because that's how they make it seem. All the houses, at least next to the house we just watched built, they're made out of brick. I'm assuming you guys don't use flimsy paper thin drywall where you could hear through the next room. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video, and comment down below what I should react to next. As always, this has been your boy Mello, and I'm out. Peace.